mamas, Jessica here, creator of Yogini Mama, where I want to help you create healthy habits, manage everyday stress, and live an empowered life. Hey, welcome back to another video, and the subject of today's video is how to embrace your shadow. And so what do I mean by shadow? Once a month, we as women get an opportunity to meet our shadow selves directly. And what most of us tend to do around that time of month is we go into a place of resistance. And as discomfort arises, be it physical or emotional or mental discomfort, we tend to contract around it and we resist the experience. We resist feeling it and going into it. Or sometimes what we do is we go into a state of self-medication and we start to reach for high sugar, high fat comfort foods. And those things help for a while, but ultimately they leave us feeling a little more bloated, even more depressed, and more tired. So what's a girl to do? First, realize that when your shadow makes an appearance once a month, it is an opportunity for growth, personal reflection, and self-development. When that discomfort arises, you are at a choice point, and your choice is to either distract yourself, self-medicate, check out in some way, or you can make the choice to stop and listen and inquire as to what's going on with your shadow, and you begin a dialogue with her. And so I'm using the word shadow because to me that is really one of the most appropriate terms or ways to refer to this aspect of our being that we reject. And it's very much like if you had an old coat or an old outfit that you shoved into the corner of the closet and you didn't want to see it anymore, or deal with it, or wear it anymore. And so what your shadow, all it is the aspect of yourself, or usually it's more than one aspect or part of yourself, that you've rejected and that you've pushed into the corner, pushed into the shadow. It's that time, that maybe when you're in the 4th grade, you wanted to wear something colorful and artistic to school, and then you showed up and you got made fun of for looking kind of dorky. That happened to me, by the way. Or maybe you were in the lunchroom, you laughed really hard at a joke and you shot milk out your nose and everyone laughed at you and you felt really embarrassed. Or it could be the last time that you set a really strong boundary with someone or expressed a strong opinion and you got referred to as bossy or rude or bitchy. So what you learn to do as a result is to curtail your crazy creativity and to conform to the way that other people think that you should act and to be more appropriate, right? And so what happens is that as you do this over the course of your life, you develop all these little aspects of your personality that become wounded and they need to be seen. Once a month, you're more vulnerable and it's time to take a look at these things. And so we develop a multitude of strategies to keep these aspects of ourselves in the shadow and to avoid dealing with what's going on. And it turns out it actually takes a lot of energy to keep the lid on this stuff instead of letting it come up and start to listen inwardly to the messages and to the wisdom that's needing to be heard and to listen to the parts of ourselves that are needing to be healed. So one time per month, we as women are given the opportunity to embark on this sacred, brave inward journey and to inquire to the parts of ourselves that need to be healed, the parts of ourselves that we've maybe previously ignored or avoided, and to really listen in this vulnerable time for the messages and for the wisdom that will come to the surface if we just take the time to go inward and pay attention. So see, the parts of ourselves that are talking to us during that time once a month, they are the parts of ourselves that need to be healed and that we want to be made whole. We're always seeking wholeness. But what happens is instead when we contract, maybe we start to hold our breaths, and even posturally we'll start to kind of hunch inward and go into this posture of protection and sadness. And what happens is energy, your prana, it gets stuck and it can't flow, and it starts to get stuck down into the belly, into the digestive area, and into the reproductive area, and into the heart area. And as you can imagine, with energy not flowing well and emotion getting stuck into those vital places and those organs in the body, it can start to cause a lot of problems, and it's the beginnings of dis-ease. What does this look like then? The next time that you start to experience the emotional or physical unrest that comes with your monthly cycle, here's a little practice for you. So just take a minute, Pause, find a quiet room. You can lie down or you can sit up, and just place your hands on your belly, in the area of your lowest abdomen, and take a moment to close your eyes and breathe deeply into your belly. Breathe into your shadow self. Breathe into her and invite her in. And as you just listen and soften and start to release your gripping and soften the resistance around that and let go, instead of being in that place of contraction, you open to the messages, you open. And what starts to happen is, it's not going to happen all at once, but over time, as you do this every month, you'll start to be able to converse and start to be able to have a conversation and a dialogue with these aspects of yourself that are longing to be seen by you and longing to be healed. So the next time that you're in your monthly cycle, just take a moment, pause, hands on the belly, close your eyes, breathe deeply into that feeling, into whatever is there, and you'll be surprised at the wisdom that she has to share with you and all of the knowledge that she brings.